So grade 7 girls, in last class, we spoke about estuary, that it is partially include body of water formed where a river flows into ocean. River and ocean, when it is connected, don't you think so it is mixture of fresh water and salt water? Because rivers have fresh water and ocean will have salt water. So both the mixture of
Hi.
water and ocean water will give you estuary. The question is, what are found in estuaries? Seagrasses, mangrove trees, fish, oysters, water birds, all live in estuaries. Okay, they have shown you fish. These are estuaries and they have shown you here. Water birds, estuaries,
Shrimp.
seagrasses. Here, this you see, have seen a seagrass.
Shrimp.
Yes. Now, the mixture of salt water and nutrient-rich fresh water in an estuary. What does it do? It supports breeding grounds. You know, ground is very good for grass. That's why just now in the picture, here you have seen the grass is there because the mixture of fresh water and groundwater is very good for breeding. Okay? Breeding grounds for birds, commercial fish. What do you mean by commercial fish? Commercial fish means the fishes you buy, girls. The fishes you buy. You know, the tuna, not the tuna exactly. The fish is what you are, parrotfish or, okay. So, and shellfish. The grasses in estuaries protect coastal areas from erosion or flooding. Girls, what is the meaning of erosion? What is the meaning of erosion? Any idea? What do you mean by erosion? Hello?
Erosion. Erosion like
Breaking of rocks is called as weathering. When something goes from one place to another, that is called as
Erosion.
erosion. Like example, during the sandstorm, what is flying because of air? The sand goes in the wind. That is erosion, sand erosion. The water moves because of the wind. That is called water erosion. Now, because of grasses, if it is heavy rainfall, the water waves are so much, but because of these grasses, don't you think so it protects? The water cannot flow that easily from the grass. It acts like a bridge. Because of the grasses, those tall grasses, water erosion cannot occur. It will protect us from water erosion. It will protect from flooding. The flooding, you know the flood, it's a disaster. Flood, lot of water, tsunami, all these. Okay. In 2010, please, one of you read this. I am tired. Allah, talking.
Okay. In 2010, a major oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico affected estuaries and it killed birds and other animals, soaked sea grasses, and damaged fish and shellfish, and nurseries.
They are talking about something what happened accidentally in 2010. A major oil spill. Oil spill, maybe there was a ship or a tank from where oil, it got spilled in the affected area. What happens when the oil comes out? It killed the birds. Why it killed the bird, girls? Will the bird drink the oil? What will happen to the bird? You know, the wings of the birds will get sticky because of the oil. Like when you apply oil to your hair, what happens? It becomes sticky.
Yes.
Right? Think the oil, if you you apply on the bird, can it fly? No, it cannot fly because weathers will be heavy. They become sticky and they cannot fly because of the oil. That's why and finally when they don't fly, the birds, it kills birds and other animals, soaked sea grasses and damaged fishes and shellfish. Imagine what happened because of the disaster. Marine ecosystem are saltwater ecosystems. When I say marine, that means it is ocean. Marine ecosystems are saltwater ecosystems. They cover more than 70% of Earth's surface. You all know very well, out of 100% of Earth, 70% is actually light blue in color. That is 70% of water when you compare to the whole Earth. Marine ecosystems are found in the coastal ocean, open ocean, and deep ocean. Coastal means the areas seashore. Open ocean, where you all usually go to the beaches. The deep ocean is deep inside. Different abiotic factors affect each marine ecosystem. Now we'll see what all affect marine system. Meral, can you read this? If she is here, because she did not talk to me today much. She spoke, but not much. Can you read this, Miran? Noor, can you read this?
Marine ecosystems.
Wait. Let Noor read and then Miral. Come on, Noor.
Marine ecosystems in and along coastal oceans include the
Intertidal zone.
Intertidal zone is the land between high and low tides that includes beaches and rocky shores. Organisms that live in the zone are often adapted to changing water depth, wave action, exposure to air, and changing salinity.
Okay. What is the meaning of intertidal zone? You know that when it is a low tide, the waves are very low. When it is a high tide, you can see the waves splashing out near the shore. So the intertidal zone is the land between high and the low tide that include beaches and rocky shores. Like example, in the afternoon when I was standing near the seashore, the water was not there. But same place at the evening, the tide, it becomes high and the water comes near the seashore. So that land where you can see water in the night and in the morning there is no water, that's what you call the wet area, that is actually called as intertidal zone. The land between the low tide and the high tide is called intertidal zone. Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Organism that lives in the zone, in this zone, you know, those crabs, those shells which are living in this zone, they are often adapted to change water depth, wave action, exposure to air, and changing salinity. Now example. Now I am standing there where there is no water. I will have no water depth. The waves are not high. The exposure to air is much because I am not on inside the water. And the water is not salty. In fact, there is no saltiness. But again, in the night, when the water comes and splashes onto the land, same animals, they will face the salinity, the salt water. The wave will be more. So, but they know how to adapt. Their body know how to adapt. What is the Nertic zone? Okay, I told you about the intertidal zone. What is the Nertic zone? Nertic zone is the underwater zone. You know the deep water? The underwater zone from the shore to the edge of the continental shelf. Or from the shore, the seashore, to the edge of the continental shelf. Continental shelf is something like, you know, a steep, not a steep area. I'll draw and show you. you know, the water is there and something like this. When especially you go to, you know, opposite to Shalal,
Yes.
beach there where the rocks are there, and
Yes.
Like a
the water
stream.
splashes.
Like
Opposite
a stream.
the one which has the highest roller coaster here. Opposite to that, the
Yeah.
beach, you have rocks and the water splashes there. There you can see this continental shelf. Light reaches the bottom of the neritic zone, allowing algae and many plants to live there. Coral reefs and kelp forests are found in the neritic zone. We have some animals that need light, and this is the zone. Neritic zone is the zone where they can exist, where they can live. One minute, girls. The last two slides are left. The open ocean includes, I told you the open ocean is after the tidal zone. Open ocean include all surface water, what you can see, the water what you can see, down to a depth of 2000 meter. From the surface to 2000 meter, we call it as open ocean. That is not called deep ocean. Normally what you go to Obhur or what you go, that's called an open ocean. That is called an open beach because it is just 2000, it's 2000 meters. After that, that's why they say don't go to deep area. After that starts with deep ocean. The majority of sea life is found there. Like you can find the green plants there. You can find many things. Ecosystem, because 2000 meter is not that, not that, like example, it's 2 kilometers. Imagine how deep I'm talking about. 6,562 feet. Maybe in the swimming pool, you just go 6 feet. 6,000 feet is 2,000 meters. So imagine, it's very deep. Majority of the sea life, most of the fishes, and you can find it there. This is open ocean. Ecosystems at the surface are often dominated by tiny organisms called plankton. We have plankton there. Organisms, I'm sorry. What happened to this? Okay. Some species that live in the deep ocean have bioluminescence. What is that? I told you they are shiny because they are so much in the deep ocean that there is no sunlight. Their bodies so shiny that it helps them to be alert or to be away from the different prey, producing a glowing light to attract the mates, and they attract the mates and also the prey. Microorganisms live near hydrothermal vents, use chemicals in the water as energy source. Okay, we have some machines and chemicals what we put inside the oceans. So some of the microorganisms, they live there as an energy source. This is what we have finished. I know it was a very boring lesson for you all. Let us see the video and we'll finish up.
I saved up my allowance to buy this awesome
Can you hear that?
Yes.
aquarium.
Yes.
My uncle works in construction, so he built it into the wall. It looks so cool. It took some time to get the environment ready to put the fish in. I needed to buy equipment to pump air into the tank and to make sure the water chemistry was. Where a river meets the ocean, the water is saltier than it is upstream. Most freshwater organisms can't tolerate.
Girls, what is this called? Where the river and the ocean they meet? What is that word?
Erosion.
Estuary. Estuary ecosystem. Can you see here up?
Yes.
Estuary ecosystem where it's mixture of water,
Fresh and salty water.
salt water. There is an issue in the internet. I will see if I can do something. Hi girls, I think girls, no, I cannot play the video today.
The ocean is not home to
What?
one giant saltwater ecosystem.
You all are
The
lucky.
ocean has many different ecosystems, depending on the depth and temperature of the water.
Now tell me, what did I say you? You have ocean, you have open ocean, you have deep ocean, right? You will see those pictures now.
And how close the water is to a coastline. The ocean can also be divided into 4 zones: the intertidal zone, the neritic zone, the bathyal zone, and the abyssal zone. Click each image to learn more about the types of saltwater ecosystems in the intertidal and neritic zones. Tide pools are found along rocky coastlines in the intertidal zone of the ocean. Tide pools lose some of their water at low tide, so the clams.
Girls, they're talking about tadpoles. Tide pools are ecosystem. What are tide pools? They're talking about that.
Coral reefs and kelp forests are coastal ocean ecosystems found in the neritic zone of the ocean, the region where the water remains shallow along a coastline. The